Hey everybody, I'm Mike from Canada. I'm a music producer and engineer. Instagram keeps showing me your sponsored posts about new music, so let's have a listen. Now, the past couple episodes, which were like a month ago, I've been busy. Just had a baby 2 weeks ago. If anyone that's wondering, saw my personal Instagram page. I usually would go to my personal Instagram and look for new music, but what I've decided to do, I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to roll the dice here, and we're going to see what is served up our actual Instagram account here. One free spin. So have a listen here. What is this? I wish Instagram would just normalize all the volumes of all these videos. Playing some drums. There's a nice cross stick. Scrolling down here. So I see FireNova official video. Have I added them before? I haven't. Let's have a listen to this. So this official video for our song 1111 is out now. So this looks like a new song here. Let's go over. The band's called FireNova. Could be HireNova, as in like higher as in above, or a new employee. So this looks like the song here, 1111, which you could just click on the, from Planet Earth and Toronto based. Okay, figures. It's going to show me something from Toronto. That's okay. All right. So this is 1111 by Toronto based and Earth based FireNova. Let's check out the band here. We have some 1111 going back and forth in the mix right now. We could have done that. We've done more of that though. It sounds self-produced. Throw some fire on this. I'm going to check. This song's 5 minutes and 20 seconds long. I understand the idea of artistic integrity, if I could pronounce the word integrity. But the idea, we probably could have gotten to that first verse a lot sooner. And I'm saying self-produced because of the vocal production. I notice a lot of bands where it's self-produced, they don't get into the nitty-gritty of the vocals. It's hard though. It's hard. It's kind of, you're marking your own work. There's a lot of good stuff here. Chorus. Okay, I'm not in a mood today. I'm just going to preface this. I'm not in a mood today, but there's a better song in here. Like, that chorus is not bad. There's some things about it that work. And again, I'm getting back to the self-produced thing, because sometimes these songs need to go through a filter for some of the arrangement. Because the bass keeps dropping out. I don't know why, because I can hear it disappear in my headphones. But the low-end tone is good. It just keeps dropping out. And it sounds like live drums with samples over top, which is fine, but time your drums. That's the drummer part of me, producer-y drummer part of me talking though. But there's a cool Incubus-y thing going on here, but it's just like, it's lacking that polish. Band looks good. It's a good looking band. I buy that. I like it's Toronto of Bakura Manga. I'm assuming, I want to say Columbia, I don't really know. And then Guelph, and then Brampton, and then Lille, France. I like that. Probably butchering the France one though. There's so many good things about this song. If you're members of FireNova, I'm not saying this because of... And even the video looks good. Like, all this stuff is good. There's a better song in here. There's a better recording in here, though. Lots of great producers around Toronto and GTA area. Also, sometimes these things can be fixed in the mix. Sometimes they just need a little bit of cleaning up there. But not to say go back. Sometimes you have to take a step back to move forward with these things. But if you're working with a producer, like, definitely put this into the pile of things that you can still put out. I know you've released it, but like, there's a better song in here. There's a better recording in here, especially. These are like your recordings are your business card. And if I'm hearing vocal production, if I'm hearing drum production, and I'm hearing arrangement issues, depends what you want to do though. Because if you're looking to go to be a radio band, 5 minutes 20 seconds is a real tough sell, especially where they're a minute into it and not really having any vocals happening. There's a lot of good stuff here though. You can keep the same tempo, so you could probably keep keep a lot of the footage from the video. That's stuff to keep in mind. I like a lot about this 1111 by FireNova, Toronto-based, Earth-based band. And again, I'm not in a mood today. But it just, when I hear some of these songs, we're like, oh, the pieces are here. You see it on the plate, and you're like, oh, can we just scrape this off the plate for a second and get a new plate and just replate it, because the parts are all there. I was referred to this in pre-production as some bands didn't like hearing this, but they're broken songs where all the pieces are there. We just need to put them all back together, and usually it's going to flow a lot better. Because even again, there's like 40 seconds off the top of this where the vocal hasn't come in yet, and we could chop all that and go straight into the first verse and let the song grow and get to that chorus, because those chorus chords and the vocal melody over top of it, a little bit more refining, and got yourself quite a tune there. I enjoyed that. I thought that was good. Again, system works, because they're just I get served these sponsored posts all the time, so we're going to have a listen to them. Let's hop back into home here. Moving on. There's a bit of a sequence here when you're scrolling on Instagram. You usually see 2 posts that you actually follow, and then you see a suggested, and then you see a sponsored. So something to keep in mind. Some people don't like the idea of paying to have their music heard or their band seen or whatnot. The idea, if you know that you have kind of a 1 in 4 chance of being a sponsored post or a suggested post, spend some money. Get above everyone else trying to get the organic post, like the organic reach. Good luck with it, but you spend $5, even a couple bucks a day, and you're probably going to get your music heard. So, Drazen music. I'm not following yet. I'm liking this. I can do this. Oh, we got to double check though. Check out my new single, You Know You Are Wrong. All right, let's have a listen to this here. So, I'm going to do this. I like this background here. This reminds me of touring. Many times when we were touring, I would just put my iPad on the dash of the van and would just do time lapses of stuff. And it just reminds me. It's easy content there. What's the name of it? Drazen music. You Know You're Wrong. Right here. Popular releases. When did this come out? April 5th. It's April 15th. Full disclosure. It's April 15th. It's been like a month since I'm able to do this because when people have babies, like 2 weeks ago, or 15 days ago, eats up a lot of your time. I'm learning that. Even though I want to be down here for an hour, I'm learning that. Okay, so You Know You're Wrong by Drazen. Let's have a listen to this. It's acoustic guitar there. Drazen is a Canadian singer-songwriter based in Ottawa. Not hailing from, but based in, sorry. Originally a pop-punk screamo drummer, playing songs. So it was in the band, was a drummer in the band, got tired of that, decided to do their own music. 5 years later, released his first EP, August, a collection of songs. It's truly amazing how these ideas were floating around in my head. These short films are now finished, can live in other people's heads. Fantastic. I like this. This sounds good. Don't like the bass. Bass is a bit flabby, that's okay. That's just the tone of the bass, that's just me. I think it's gonna mess up the sidebar here. There we go. Vocal's great. I like the mix a lot too. Got a cool vibe. Also, not to pick on anything here. I do like the artist image here. It's not going to show up the way that I like it to, but it reminds me of like a LinkedIn profile. I'm not going to expand on that, but it reminds me of a LinkedIn profile picture. And the music fits this little video here too. Sounds pretty good. I hope he was playing guitar and kick drum at the same time. Yeah, he is. This is next level. No guitar pick, kick drum. Electric guitar. Awesome. Good looking Instagram account here too. Lots of performance stuff. No, it sounds good. 21 monthly listeners. I think this could be more listeners. When's your first post here? 88 weeks ago, so a year and a half ago. But the band fading out, the vocal just sitting there. I liked a lot of that. I thought that sounds pretty good. So that was You Know You're Wrong by Drazen. Or Drazen. I want to say Drazen. But Drazen. I didn't hear the lyric in there, You Know You're Wrong. But that's okay. That doesn't mean anyone's wrong or anyone's right about that. I heard a lot of Your Soul's Not Wrong. Probably one of the things in pre-production too, not that I'm in a mood today. One of the things in pre-production, it's like, it should be obvious what the song's called because what the lyric is in there. Maybe I missed it because I was talking over a lot of it. But yeah, usually like whatever the name of the song is, usually that's in the chorus somewhere. So someone's like, what was that song you sang where you said your soul's not lost? Maybe that's probably what the song should be called. And from working with people on radio and just kind of how they talk about stuff too, they would usually just call it whatever they remember from the chorus. That's what the song was called for them. It didn't matter what the artist or the band actually thought the song was called. So even put that in brackets so people know what that is. But I like this a lot. I thought the mix was good. The vocal's really good. That's not just one drummer speaking to another drummer saying, get out front there and sing. Because the voice is great. Artist looks good. Again, we're going to pick on the LinkedIn profile picture here. But no, just hearing musicians, and I think this really is the future of where things are going to be going. More and more musicians that can play multiple instruments and sing their own songs, do the vocals on their own songs, they're able to articulate musically what they're hearing in their head, and they can get that out, and then they can get that recorded, and then they get that released. I think it's amazing, amazing talent that people can play multiple instruments, such as guitar and kick drum. I know he plays drums, but yeah, only thing that I jumped at me was just the tone on that bass guitar. Like it just had that, not to pick on bass guitars, but it had that low end, inexpensive, floppy, low end sound to it. In cases like that, just rent a bass. Or if you're working at another studio, usually have something that's got nice strong tone to it, and it sound pretty good. But no, excellent. I really like this tune. Yeah, so that was You Know You're Wrong by Drazen. All right, gonna move back over here. Let's go back to our home. Let's just keep scrolling here. That was fantastic. I like that. So again, usually post suggested, sponsored. It's Blood Moons, but Rose Zeros, still like them. It's sponsored. What is this one? Okay, I'm in. If you know me, you know that I'm in. 8-Arm Idol. It took a second as I was reading that. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense, because usually with metal bands, this is all like one word, and it's like a new word sometimes. So as you're saying it, it's kind of like this linguistic gymnastics. Oh, syllabalistic gymnastics might be a more appropriate word for it. But I'm like, no, that's just 8-Arm Idol. It's like, that's actually a pretty cool name. It's not too out of the question to try to pronounce there. I'm assuming the song's called The Sculptor by the video here, where there's some sculpting going on. All right, I'm in because of that guitar tone. Anyone that knows me knows that Crazy Train is one of my favorite guitar tones ever, and it kind of reminded me of that. So 8-Arm Idol. Here we are, The Sculptor. There we are. All right, so this is a 7-minute song. Oh, why do I do this to myself? So the sponsored post was from March 30th, and then this song was actually released February 2nd, 2024. So let's have a listen. So this is The Sculptor by 8-Arm Idol. I'm in for 7 minutes and 2 seconds. I'm just letting everyone know that. Okay, so Vancouver-based artist-musician Sean Guha was influenced at the early age of the backstory. We like all these bands, cool. I do like in bios when they're like, oh, influences are Metallica and the Beatles and Pavarotti. It's like, okay, but like, who do you sound like? Because I'm not hearing Fear Factory, I'm not hearing Linkin Park right now. Just saying. And he records entirely independently in his home studio. Okay, so independent, self-recorded, self-produced, cool. Again, I as much as I'll poke fun at some things in production, my productions are not perfect. Two people's productions I think are perfect, but just the idea that we're able to just record and release stuff, and more importantly, sponsoring these posts means, hey, I would like people to listen to this, maybe follow and maybe like this too, maybe reach out and make friends, maybe sculpt something together. See what I did there? I like the vocal tone, a little bit of modulation on there, sounds good. I'm hearing kind of the Alice in Chains aspect that was here. I'm curious about the drums, if it's just like virtual AI generated drums, or if we're actually playing an electronic kit. I feel like the kick drum is on the right side. Yeah, I feel like there's just the kick drum's all on the right side. Interesting production choice. Okay, so we're here. We're here at the guitar tones. My guitar tones are not perfect. There's very few guitar tones I think are perfect. Gojira, the whole Magma record, those are perfect electric guitars to me, like distorted guitars. But there's that Crazy Train scooped guitar tone that as soon as I clicked on this, I heard it. And it's one of my favorite guitar tones for like the not great reasons. It's just this weird scoopiness to it. They might be, Sean, because his name's right here. Sean might be miking up his guitar amp. Sometimes when you have two microphones on the same amp and they're out of phase, they have this weird scoopiness to them. Dare I say, just go past that these days and just use amp modelers. Use Helix, use Neural DSP, use Guitar Rig. I'm sure there's a bunch more eventually when this channel grows that'll be in the comments saying, well, I just use this. Yeah, there's tons that are going to work, but I love the band name though, 8-Arm Idol. That's one of those names where I'm like, not that I'm be thinking that name should have been taken already, but like that's a good original one that I've seen. And I do love when I type in a band's name into Spotify and I don't see 9 other bands show up. Not naming any names, but it is nice to see when only one band name shows up. 11 monthly listeners, okay. I think we're increasing their monthly listeners by 8% right now. Yeah, the kick drum's at like channel 2. It's like all to the right. Or maybe the drummer has 2 kick drums and they're panned left and right, and then it's just off to the right. Maybe that's what's going on. Years ago, I doubt they'll ever see this, so I can say this. I won't name the band, but there was a band that had 2 kick drums that we were recording, and they wanted the left kick to be like a little bit to the left and the right one to the little to the right, so that when it's coming back at you, it's like, and I was trying to explain to them, that's stupid. That's a stupid bad idea, and we shouldn't do that. Like, having low end kind of come up the middle, especially kick drum, is probably the way to go on this. But they thought it'd be cool because it'd be different. And this is where it gets difficult. But sometimes bands want to try things, or artists want to try things, and you're like, it's cool to try stuff to be different, but sometimes you're on the wrong path with being different. When someone's like, yeah, I think it'd be cool because the song is like, it's like inner monologue. It's like you're talking to yourself. So we want to put the vocal all on the left side, and then we want to put all the chorus vocal on the right side. It's like, yeah, maybe we could probably do that with effects though. Like, maybe we could do something with like a delay or a reverb, or maybe a second vocal to kind of emphasize that idea, that concept, but maybe put your vocal in the middle. And that's kind of how I felt about with that kick drum, because it was me kind of versus 2 other, the bass just didn't care. But the drummer and the singer / guitar player, they were both like, no, this is a cool thing. And so you're outnumbered 2-1, or maybe 2.5, because the bass player probably cared a little bit to be friends with the band. But yeah, sometimes there's these production ideas where you're like, let's not do that. Or like, one of the things too with mixing is you can't put an asterisk beside your productions where, say you had good ideas and someone came in with like a not great idea. You can't be like, mixed by so-and-so, asterisk, except the kick drum thing, that was somebody else. That wasn't me. I didn't want to do that. So sometimes you got to pick your battles with those. But going back to the idea with this kick drum being on the right side only in my headphones here, that may have just been missed sometimes too in production, especially in self-produced stuff, because there's things here where I can hear in like a year from now, Sean, because his name's right here, in a year from now, probably his productions, he's going to be like, oh, I can do a way better job on this. But it sounds like a live mic'd up guitar amp. I would just stick to amp modelers. I know I'm probably going to get roasted in the comments at some point on this for saying that. But maybe I'll just edit this part out, and it won't even matter. But the idea, like, some of our virtual instruments, especially our amp modelers, they get us way closer than putting a microphone in front of a guitar amp these days. You can go through some presets to get some pretty amazing sounds, because none of those preamps should sound like that weird out of phase 2 microphone on the same amp scoopiness, crazy train guitar tone. Sorry if I ruined that song for anybody, but that's all I hear is that weird comb filtering going on. I liked a lot of this. 7 minutes and 3 seconds. I think I got a couple stories in there. I did like it though. I like the idea. And again, having these musicians that are able to kind of sculpt. I should have put the punchline later in what I was going to say. But the idea where musicians can kind of get what's in their head and be able to play the various instruments and be able to get that recorded and mixed and put out and sponsored and helped sculpt their future career in music. I like this. Good work, Sean. Video here too. I think that was good. Let's go back here and let's go follow that. I don't have any fire on this. I'm going to. Everyone's going to watch me. I do like the captions. I use CapCut to cut these videos up. I do like when I say fire, 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 and to see what CapCut with its auto caption generating engine comes up with, because I do realize that I mumble and can talk fast sometimes. So let's go back here. I think we listened to 3 so far today. I'm trying to do these in batches of 5. I think that's what I can comfortably do and feel like my life's not going to be on fire. So again, shout out to my amazing, lovely wife, birthing our first child on March 31st, not in the future. That would be weird. It's like, thank you for the future babies. But no, it was pretty amazing experience. Childbirth is metal. It's so metal. It's so, when you're watching it and you're there and you're like, you can break my hand. I'm totally okay with that. I see what's happening here. I will drive you anywhere you want to go forever for the rest of our lives. And if I pass before you, I will leave you a credit card with infinite limit on it, and you can get all the Ubers you want. That's fine. What is this? Dancing man. Okay. I don't want to have a sign behind me that says like no super auto-tune vocal, but I get it. I get what's up here. I kind of want to listen to this to see what's going on here. So, Internet Killed Us music video out now. Let's go have a look at that. So, Derrick Love, I think, is the name of the artist. There it is. Internet killed us. Explicit. Oh, it's tough. It's tough when I see songs with explicit lyrics because sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna get into, and that's a hill that I will be injured mortally on because I don't know what I'm gonna get into with that. So I'm gonna listen to this though. There's some good stuff here. Don't know about the mix. Okay, I'm giving in. I'm gonna listen to this. I kind of want to listen to this. Internet killed us. I like the artwork. That's cool. And like, all that stuff's good. It's 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Okay, we just listened to 7 minutes and 2 seconds. So 2 minutes, 23 seconds. I'm kind of breaking my rule here because I thought about it because there's a couple songs that I listened to where I'm like, I really should have flagged it beforehand with the explicit lyrics because as I was listening, they're not going to make the program here, but I'm trying to make this a family show a little bit. So this is breaking my rule here. This is Internet Killed Us by Derrick Love. Came out April 6th. Sponsored post. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a listen here. Internet Killed Us by Derrick Love. Filtered guitars. This weird scoopy guitars again. 13,000 followers. Needs a mix. Just gonna throw that out there. It's because of the drums. The drums are like super soft. Parts are there though. I do like the vocal. Virtual disconnection from something you once had love for. Boston. I don't have a Boston accent. I listen to a lot of Bill Burr, but I don't have a Boston accent. I like this. I'm glad I listened to this. You could say messed up. I know I'm probably sound like a bit of a wiener by saying that, but you could just say messed up and then you could sidestep the explicit lyrics and then you don't need to worry about that because sometimes, not to get in the way of our artistic integrity, but sometimes that's just an instant no from some people because they see it, see the type of artist you are. Urban, it's the word that they use, people like us, but they see that explicit lyrics, they won't even give it a chance because there's a lot of pop elements here that are great, and this visual here reminds me of the Grandson. Like, all that's cool. No, a lot of this is good. A lot of this is really good. Live drums, halftime at the end there, liking that. If this is self-produced too, if this is just Derrick playing everything, it wouldn't, not say it wouldn't surprise me, but just like, there's a lot of really good stuff in that song. As far as the production, the arrangement, lyrically, I do like the vocal production. I poke fun sometimes when I hear the auto-tune vocal, but like it's a production style, and when it sounds right, it sounds right. Because even on the country side of the fence, going somewhere with this, even on the country side of the fence, the way that they use auto-tune or vocal, the pitch correction to kind of create this brassy quality to it. It sounds right when it's there in country music. So good job, Derrick Love, on this. I thought it was fantastic. I do like this song quite a bit. I'm probably going to listen to this one again later on because there's some stuff about it. But do I think it needs a mix? I do think it needs a mix. But we can always re-release songs these days too. That's another thing that some artists, they kind of paint themselves into a corner. Like, well, I've already recorded that and already put it out, so I guess I'll move on. If there's a better song there, the analogy I'm going to use is real estate. If you put something up on the market for sale and you could stage it better and sell it for twice as much, would you take it off the market, spend the month doing the renos, the painting, stage it a bit better, and then put it back on the market for twice as much? Probably would. I'm seeing so much good stuff here. The artwork looks great. Song title's great. Derrick Love, if you're pushing this as a solo project, that's great too. Like, all this stuff is good. Clean up the production on this song. And the idea that you could re-release this song in 6 months and probably, I know you already got 21,000 monthly listeners, that's respectable for sure. And maybe I just don't even know what I'm doing, don't know what I'm talking about. That's what happens. And it's a guy in Toronto in his basement listening to sponsored posts from Instagram. It's going to happen once in a while. But yeah, you could probably re-release this song and get a lot more momentum out of it. Because I'm not going to hear this on the radio, but another mix, a little bit of a little bit of like production on the tracking, probably pitch this to a few people and probably get picked up. Sounds pretty good though. I'm glad I broke my rule. And actually listened to that one because that was pretty good. Good job, Derrick. All right, and I'm back here. Video looks good too. I'm not going to age myself, but to be 5 years, to be 20 years younger. With the tools that we have access to these days between recording and video and editing and promotion, and I'm not going to age myself, but I remember back in my day, I used a chat platform called ICQ, and I would just, with my punk band back in the day, I would just spam people that liked like Dead Kennedys and NoFX and Misfits and stuff like that. I would just spam people, especially when we're playing shows in their cities. So met a lot of cool people that way. But that's what I had to do. Now you can just put stuff up, and I'm making it sound easier than it is, but now you can just put stuff up on Instagram, throw $5 behind it, and have people all over the world see it. And people are complaining that it's too hard. It's like, well, just at least spend some dollars and get above stuff. All right, Heavy on the Heart music, sponsored. What is this? Life is Hard and Yourself. That sounds good. Sounds loud. Is this new music? All right, Heavy on the Heart. Is that the new song here? You can just shoot a video anywhere these days. I want to listen to this, but I don't know what the song is called. Okay, there's a new song coming out 420 with a very appropriate name for a song coming out on 420. Where is your sponsored post here? This is the downside to this system here. There's definitely just some flaws in the system right now. Let's just listen to their last song that came out. So Heavy on the Heart, was that it? That's it. I get it. That's the logo. I understand that, but like, it's an interesting logo. Because remember like a Pinterest logo or like a Pinterest post? Have your band there. Dare I say, have your front person there, because sometimes you just push that forward. One of the things especially female fronted bands, is one of the things it's like not popular opinion, but just take 2 steps forward from your band. Let everyone know who the singer is, but especially for female fronted bands, because obviously sometimes they try to like sink back into the whole band, but just move up. So Catch Me If I Fall might be the song. Look at that. That's the one it is. So let's have a listen to that. So Catch Me If I Fall. This came out last September. I think it still counts. It's within 6 months. So this is kind of indirectly sponsored post for this song, but because this is the one that I heard. So this is Catch Me If I Fall by Heavy on the Heart. It's a filtered vocal at the beginning there. I like that. I like when it's done well and correctly. When it's not, it's really annoying. Kick drum is in the center. This is good. Good start. Nice harmonies there too. Did we just go from a verse straight into pre-chorus into a guitar solo? Did that just happen? All right, I'm lost on the arrangement now. Maybe we're into the bridge. I like the little 3/4 feel there. All right, so there's the track title name that's there. I have no idea where we are in the song arrangement though, which is okay. I mean, I'm old and out of touch. I don't understand what the youth are doing these days. Heart is a melodic rock band fueled by the soul and drive of 4 misfits with nothing to lose. I like that. This is a simple bio. Only thing missing for me from this bio, I'm now assuming they're from either Chicago or Brooklyn or Brazil or Sao Paulo, Brazil. I don't think this is Seattle, this is LA. But I like to see in bios, where is the band from? Because you can tell a lot about the little nitty-gritties of bands when you know where they're actually from. I like this track. I thought there's a lot of good stuff here about it. I got lost on the arrangement right away because I felt like I didn't really know what this goes. Like in the buzz and hum of the guitar amps at the end there. It's tough. It's tough. Isotope RX, that's a great way to get rid of some of the buzz and hum from guitar amps because they like to do that all the time, nonstop. No, there's a lot of good things about this song. Vocal production's great on it. Vocals sound really good. The band sounds solid. There's the one thing with the guitars on this one, and sometimes it's a mix thing, sometimes it's a tone thing, but there's some pretty intricate guitar-y stuff going on in the background under the vocals. Sometimes like pull back on that and just play some chords. And if you're going to have leads, like let them stand out quite a bit because I think they kind of got mashed in with what the rhythm guitars were doing. But I like a lot about this song. I think this is pretty good, even though it came out September 29th. I'm still treating this as a sponsored post here. And again, props on the music videos. I think it's awesome these days that people can kind of shoot a video anywhere and make it look good, make it look like something. So shout out on that. And I think you have a new record coming out. So you have a new song coming out on April 20th with an appropriately titled name to have a song come out on April 20th. So yeah, I think that's all I got time for today. Thanks for watching this. My name is Mike from Canada. This has been One Free Spin, and I'll be back as soon as I can listen to some more music because Instagram keeps showing me sponsored posts. So let's have a listen to those songs. All right, talk to you later.